They heard the cry just once, a sound so sharp and wild that it froze every heart in Ogundele Village. It came from the dark edge of the forest, half roar, half scream, the kind of sound that makes goats kick in their sleep and children hide under their mothers' wrappers. No one saw what made the sound, but by morning, something was gone, and something had left its mark. The night before, Ogundele Village had been at peace. Smoke from cooking fires curled gently into the sky, and the sweet smell of roasted maize filled the air. The moon shone proudly above the thatched roofs, casting silver shadows on the red earth. It was the season of harvest, and laughter had filled every heart. But peace, they say, does not last forever. Even quiet rivers hide strong currents. When Babaraji went to his barn at dawn, he froze. His best goods, the one with the white neck and proud horns, was gone. Only a trail of blood led behind the yam shed, ending in strange paw prints. Big prints, deep prints. Not dog, not hyena. Ah! He cried, calling his neighbors. Come and see. The gods themselves must be angry. Men came running with sticks and cutlasses. They gathered round the marks and stared in disbelief. Old Ajanaku, the village hunter, bent low, his grey beard brushing his chest. He said quietly, "These are the tracks of a leopard, a large one." A frightened mama ran through the crowd. "But there are no leopards here," said Mama Yejide, midwife. The forest beyond Ogun River swallowed the last one long ago. Ajanaku stood straight, squinting toward the thick trees. Maybe this one crossed the river. Maybe it was sent. Either way, it came at midnight when the eyes of men are blind. The Baale, Chief Olademiji, called for a meeting under the great Iroko tree before sunset. His face was stern, his coral beads heavy on his neck. "Something haunts us," he said. "If it is a beast, we must kill it. If it is a spirit, we must beg it. But Ogundele Village will not live in fear." The talking drum echoed through the village as the elders gathered. The sky turned orange, then purple. Chickens hurried into their coops, and the first stars blinked above. Old Mama Yejide was the first to speak. Her voice trembled, but her words were firm. "Last night, I heard that cry before anyone else. It was not only the voice of an animal, there was sorrow in it, sorrow that chilled the bones." The herbalist, Baba Ifeyemi, nodded slowly. "The forest carries stories, my people. Sometimes the dead walk there in animal skins. Sometimes a wronged soul takes the body of a beast to seek revenge." The younger men laughed uneasily. "We don't believe in those tales anymore," one said. "Let us just set traps." But Ajanaku, the hunter, lifted his hand. "The leopard I saw in those tracks is no ordinary one. I have hunted since I had teeth to chew meat. I know how a beast moves. This one moves like something that knows men. Its steps are careful, its claws deep. It is hunting us, not our goats." Silence spread like harmattan dust. The Baale turned to the people. "Who will face this creature? Who will stand for the village?" Heads dropped. Feet shuffled. No one spoke. Then a young voice broke the silence. "I will go with Baba Ajanaku." All eyes turned. It was Adewale, son of the blacksmith. Tall, strong, with eyes that carried more courage than sense. Ajanaku looked at him. "You are brave, my son, but the forest eats brave men who forget to fear." Adewale smiled faintly. "Then teach me to fear wisely." The elders nodded. "The gods have chosen," said Baba Ifayemi. "May Ogun guide their spears." That night, when the moon climbed high, Ajanaku and Adewale set out. The forest of Ogundele was thick with secrets. Shadows moved where no wind blew. The smell of damp leaves and palm sap filled the air. "Keep your eyes open," whispered Ajanaku. "Leopards do not step twice on the same leaf." They reached the stream where the first goat had died. The water glittered faintly. Ajanaku knelt, dipping his fingers in. "Fresh scent," he murmured. "It comes here often." They waited behind a falling tree, their lantern covered. The night was heavy and silent. Then a sound, soft, slow, leaves moving under heavy paws. Ajanaku raised his spear and said, "It's coming." Two glowing eyes appeared in the dark, yellow, deep, watching. The beast stepped out into the moonlight and both men gasped. It was huge, its muscles rolling under golden foam, spots glinting like fire. But around its neck hung a strip of red cloth, torn, frayed, unmistakably human. Adewale's voice shook. "Baba, why is it wearing cloth?" The hunter's face was grim. "This is not only flesh. Something else lives inside." The leopard froze, staring at them with strange awareness. It tilted its head, almost curious. Then it made a sound, half raw, half sigh, and in that sound was pain. It moved forward. "No!" shouted Ajanaku. He threw his spear. The leopard twisted, the spear slicing its shoulder. It roared, a sound that shook the trees, and leapt toward them. Adewale swung his machete and struck its side. The beast snarled and vanished into the forest like wind. For a long moment, the night was still again. Then they heard it, not the roar of an animal, but a woman's cry, faint, sorrowful. "Help me! Help me!" Adewale's skin prickled. "That is no beast's voice." "Follow me," said Ajanaku. They followed the cry deep into the forest until they came to an ancient shrine, half swallowed by vines. The air there was cold. A red cloth lay on the ground, the same kind from the leopard's neck, torn and stained. As Ajanaku touched it, a soft wind rose. The trees whispered, the moonlight dimmed. Then before their eyes, a shadow formed, the faint shape of a woman. She spoke, "Do not fear me." Her voice was hollow, distant. "I am Abike, daughter of Ogundele. Long ago, they called me witch. They said I caused the harvest, that my shadow made children fall ill. I begged for mercy, but they tied me to this tree and left me for the forest to eat. The forest took me. The spirit gave me the body of a leopard. Since then, I walked between worlds, half woman, half beast. Every full moon, I return to remember what was taken. Adewale's mouth hung open. So you are the one.
I do not kill for joy, said the spirit, only those who mocked my pain. But tonight, your spear has broken the bond. My soul can rest. The wind turned cold. The shape flickered. Tell them, she whispered, that fear can make men crueler than beasts. And then she was gone. In her place lay the body of a real leopard, its eyes closed, its chest still. Blood darkened the earth beneath it. Ajanaku bowed his head. The gods have spoken. They carried the body back to the village before dawn. The Bayale came out, torch in hand. The villagers gathered in silence. When they saw the beast, someone gasped, "The red cloth! It is from our old festival robe. The same year Abike died." Mama Yejide began to weep. So it was true. The innocent never truly die. Their pain walks amongst us until justice is done. The Baali spoke quietly. Let her spirit rest. We wronged her once. We will not wrong her again. They buried the leopard under the Iroko tree beside the shrine. The drummers beat softly, and the elders poured palm wine on the ground for peace. That night, no one slept easily, but no one was afraid. Weeks passed. The forest grew quiet again. No goats vanished. The laughter of children returned to the village square. One evening, Ajanaku sat outside his hut, sharpening his spear under the moonlight. The air was cool, peaceful. Then he heard a whisper, gentle as a sigh. "Thank you." He looked up sharply. No one was there, only the wind through the palm leaves. He smiled faintly. "Go well, Abike." The next morning, footprints were found around the Iroko tree, leopard prints, faint and fresh. They circled the grave once, then disappeared toward the forest. The elders gathered again. Baba Ifeimi said, "The spirit is not gone. It watches us, but not in anger, in peace." The Baale nodded. "Then let her guard our land. Let her name be remembered not as witch, but as protector." From that day, the people of Ogundele changed. They learned to listen before they judged. They treated strangers kindly, for they knew that the forest hides both punishment and forgiveness. And when the moon turned full and the night wind carried strange sounds, they no longer trembled. Instead, they said softly, "Abike walks tonight. May her steps guard our sleep." Years later, children would ask, "Papa, did the leopard truly come at midnight?" And the elders would smile and answer, "Yes, my child, but it no longer comes to take, it comes to watch." For peace had returned to Ogundele Village, carried on silent paws and forgiving hearts. Moral of the story: fear can turn truth into lies and people into monsters. When we judge without understanding, we wound both the innocent and ourselves. But when we face our fear with courage and compassion, even the fiercest spirit can become a friend.
If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment, and subscribe for more African folk tales and mysteries. Your support keeps these ancient stories alive for future generations.